Hi everyone, welcome to another class on interior design and decoration. Hi, my name is Olabisi Adeyeye, the Chief Executive Officer and the Head Facilitator and Creative Director at Exquisite Haven Interior Design Studio. Welcome to another class on interior design and decoration. On today's topic, today's model, we are going to be talking about what is known as the principles of interior design. The principles of interior design. The principle of interior design, I would consider it as the basics of interior design. That is interior design 101. Interior design as it is, it has the Gimmicks, which you would consider when you want to go into the design of any kind of space, be it residential or commercial, institutional or whatsoever. So come along with me and let's deal with this model. And if you have any question, kindly leave your question on the comment section, and I will respond to you timely. Okay, so here is what is known as principles of interior design. Let's go ahead. Introduction to principles of design. When you're doing design, it is necessary for you to think of the house as a totality. You are thinking of the house as one body. You are trying to bring everything into place. You are trying to connect every nook and cranny of the house and to form it into one, to bind it together. You want, even though if you intend to create themes in different section of the house, I mean in different rooms, but at the same time you are trying to bring the room to breathe with one another, to work with one another. So that is basically the very first thing you are going to be considering when you go into any space. So in my writing here, I said when doing interior design, it is necessary to think of the house as a totality, a series of spaces linked together by halls and stairways. It is therefore appropriate that a common style and theme runs throughout, so that they speak with one another. They speak to one another. One room is not like looking as if it's different from the entire house. So that is the essence of this introduction to the principles of design. So it is now saying, this is not to say that all interior design elements should not be the same, but they should work together and complement each other to strengthen the whole composition. That is how you can achieve a seamless interior design. That is how you can achieve interior design that is appealing to the eye. That is how you can wow whoever goes into the space which you have designed. That is how you can wow such individual. So that is basically the very core essence of interior design, the important part of what interior design does. Those are the basics. I mean the things that you need to consider when you want to do interior design, when you're going into designing of any space whatsoever. So let's move ahead. So we're going to be talking about the very first thing under the principles of interior design is what is known as balance. Like I said initially in the very first page of our model, I said that when you're doing interior design, you make sure that things are working together. They are all working together, even if we have different sections of the space in a place. A different section of where we have different rooms in a house, but they still have to work together. So let's talk about the very first principle, which is the balance. Balance can be described as the equal distribution of visual weight in a room. There are three types of balance. We have the symmetric, the asymmetric, and the radial. What this actually means is that when you are designing, there has to be a proportion. Things has to speak to one another. One is not there has to be a balance. There has to be a uniformity. Something that they have both the element that makes up the interior, the design of that space has to speak to one another. They have to marry one another and look collaborative in the space. So another one is under the balance. The principles of interior design, under balance we have what is known as symmetric balance. Symmetric balance is when you are designing and the design is on, like, I want to give an example. When you have a wall, we are visualizing a wall for an example, and we are dividing the wall into two. When you are designing, there will be an invisible line on the wall in between, in the very middle of the wall, and any element that goes into the room, we are using the wall as we are dividing the wall into two and using an invisible line in between the wall to stand as our guide. So that any element that is being done on the left hand side is being